Hello friends, welcome back to the new tutorial of the Angular. Today we are going to learn about the input decorator. Those who haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe my channel. And if you like the video, please do like, share and comment on my video. Let's get started. So the purpose of using the input decorator is very simple, that whether we want to pass the data from parent to the child component, then we are going to use the input decorator. How it works? Definition: the input decorator marks a property in a child component as a bindable property. So in the child component, what we have to declare? The input decorator. Usage: the parent component binds to that property using Angular property binding syntax. So how the binding will take place? Using the binding property of the Angular in the parent component HTML part, right? Data flow. Data flows from the parent component to the child component, enabling the child to use the data passed down. Let's have an example. Then you have a very clear clarity on that, what exactly we are trying to achieve. Okay, so here we go with this one. So first of all, we have a app component.ts file. So this is the component decorator. Here we have a selector. Now here we have a template file. So here you can see that this is a parent component in the heading, and here app user, this is my child component. Okay, and here you can see that I'm importing that one, user component. Correct. So this is what is this. So we have already learned this is the property binding. So child message, here you can see that this is a child message, the property of the child one. So the child one has a property that is child message. Correct. So this property, I'm going to use it, I'm going to bind it, right, using the property binding in our app component.ts, right? So how the linking goes on? So this is a child message that define in our child component. Okay, so here you can see that with the input decorator and with the definition, here you can see the input decorator marks a property in a child component as a binding property. For the binding purpose, I'm going to define as that input decorator, and here we are going to import it from the Angular core. Correct, first one. Now the usage: the parent component binds to the property using the Angular property. Now how the parent component will work? The parent component use this as the property binding syntax with the property and its value. Very simple. So in the app component.ts, here you can see that this is define our in property in our child component, and this is parent message is defined in our app component, right? So when I try to pass this message from app component to the child component with the help of the property binding syntax, correct? And if I'm going to save this and open our browser, just reload it. So the parent component, first it will print the parent component because this is rendering, right? Then we have a child component, right? So this is our property binding with that child message, and this is the message that is comes from the parent one. Okay, so when I go to my user component, and here you can see now this template will render, and what the data will render? The child message, and currently the child message is empty, and how it receive it from this one. So I'm calling this one into our component with the help of the child message with input decorator. So received from the parent, right? Message from parent, whatever I'm going to write in our app component, it will come. So here you can see hello. So this is how you are going to pass the data from your parent component to the child component with the help of the input decorator. Let's define it more, like whatever we have done. Okay, so I think I have defined it here. So the parent component app component passes the string parent message to the child component using the input property binding child message. So the input property binding we are using in the child one, right? The child component receives the data via input property child message. Okay, the data is displayed in the child components template. So this is how it will work. So whenever you want to pass the data from parent to child, very easy, very simple. In short, What we have to do, in the component that is on parent component, define whatever the message you have, whether it's to be a string, whatever you have to define here. And with the help of the input decorator in your child, you have to use that as a property binding. That's it. And it will print that one. Okay, so this is how you can do that if you want to pass the data from the parent to the child with the help of the input decorator. Any doubt, any query in that, do let me in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day.